How's it going, everybody? Just want to do a quick overview on everything I love and I hate about my new Outlander 700 XMR. There's a lot of reviews out there, but I'm just going to give a brutally honest one. So I picked this thing up last week. It's been on one ride. We're currently at 3.8 hours. And I'm going to start with everything I hate, because there's a few issues that are pretty major so far. So number one, about halfway through the first ride, the ITC button completely quit working. It is fortunately locked in sport mode. As you can see, it doesn't change at all. Doesn't matter if it's running or not, doesn't change. Second issue, this one was a major one. Luckily I identified it before I ever rode it. It's only been on one trail ride, haven't even taken it through any mud, just, basically dirt roads. But from the factory, they put the wrong intake tube on it. This is not the XMR intake tube, this is the regular intake tube. This intake tube should be about as high as the CVT intake, and it connects to that portion there. It's about 6 inches too short. The factory already knows about, or the dealership I bought it from already knows about it. They do have one being ordered on warranty. Should come in a couple weeks. A couple other things. The belt is already, or the clutches, I'm not sure which, is already making some kind of squeaking noise. It's kind of strange. Just noticed it when I went to pull it out of the garage a little while ago. I'll demonstrate that here in a second. But yeah, a few of the issues I've had so far. It's kind of disappointing on a brand new machine. This is an early VIN, so that may have something to do with it. But so far, build quality seems a little bit lackluster. All right, everything I love about it, let's talk about that, because there are some good things. So power wise, it's not an 850. I had an 850 in the past. Decided I'd go give this thing a shot. My 850 was loaded with issues also. It's just part of Can-Am, I guess. But basically, the motor in this thing is pretty stout. I'm not gonna lie, it's, like I said, it's no 850. But for what it is, it's pretty stout. I have no complaints about power wise. The clutching, riding it, feels fantastic. It's super smooth. You can take off effortlessly, no jerking, no slipping. Like, the clutching feels great. I'm just a little bit concerned about the squeaking sound that just started not long ago. Cleaning it is the world's best improvement ever. It's almost easier than some Hondas I've owned. So to take the side cover off, you literally just pull up on that clip, give it a little tug, and the entire side cover comes off, both sides. It's that easy to wash. Goes back on just as easy. Just kind of this is one-handed too. You just latch it down and it's done, right? Not coming off. That's great. The wiring, so much better than old Can-Am. Everything's nice and tidy where it's supposed to be, how it should be with a $10,000 four-wheeler. Same thing with the radiator. Super easy to clean, super easy to get to. This wasn't really a problem on the old Outlanders, but you can get to the radiator nice and easy. It also seems to be pretty well protected from what I've seen so far. Ride quality. So like I said, first and only ride I've been on it was this place called Kentuck in Alabama. It's basically dirt bike, sport quad trails. So I took it there just so I didn't have to get in any mud without the snorkel and all that. But ride quality is very, very good. It reminds me of a Grizzly or something like that. Handles fantastic. Power steering's great. Oh, it's almost too much. I run it in low, and even in low, I feel like it could be a little lower for high-speed trails, but that's a good complaint to have, in my opinion, especially if you put bigger tires on it. Speaking of the tires, these are a 28 and they measure a 27.5 according to my tape measure, which is pretty good. I compared them to a set of cryptids on my buddy's Renegade 1000, and it's within a ½ inch. The cryptids run very small. They're about 28 inches. So if you think you're going to gain tire size by going to a cryptid, you're fooling yourself. I did turn the shocks up 1 click. I'm what I would call a pretty spirited rider, and the extra compression on the spring helped it out a little bit. I only bottomed it out, I think, once, and then I turned the spring up 1 click all the way around, and never happened again. So pretty good for my opinion, for a stock cheap strut. No problems out of 4-wheel drive so far, but like I said, I haven't been through any mud, just kind of, you know, dirty rocky trails. What else can I say about this thing? These tires actually do really good on the trail. There's, you know, they're kind of like a hybrid. They're not I wouldn't consider it a true mud tire. They're not very aggressive. I mean, compared to like maybe your old Mud Lights and stuff, they're aggressive, but compared to an Outlaw or a Silverback or an Assassinator, they're not aggressive at all. But they handle really good. They slide around pretty good steering feel. On the trail, they're great. I'll be interested to see how they do in mud, because that tread spacing's awful close for a mud tire to me. Let's see, what else? The seat. Oh my God, the seat is fantastic. Worlds better than the old Outlander I had. And I say old, it was like a 19. But worlds better than the Renegades my friends have. It's a fantastic seat. One complaint I do have with the seat, and like I said, I'm a little bit of a spirited rider. I come from sport quads. I wish the seat came down a little bit further right here, because when I'm standing on it, or sitting on it, excuse me, the inside of my knee lands right on the edge between the seat there. So when you're going through the rough stuff, it's a little bit annoying, but like I said, worlds better than the old Outlander. Brakes, so far so good. Better than previous Can-Am vehicles I've had. No issues there. Like I said, ease of washing, it's pretty good, even though I missed a spot. Oops. You can pop both covers off super easy. You got tons of access to the front, a good bit of access to the back for washing, and so I'm pretty happy with that. This rack, a lot of people hate on it. I kind of like it. Fits the cooler really well. I did have one moment where I went to lean back on the rack and it's not there, so I kind of, you know, plopped over, but it's something to get used to. I kind of like it. You don't have anything behind you to hit your butt on when you're going through rough stuff. So it's kind of nice. It also gives you a good place to stand, I would imagine, if you're in a mud hole. Also, my machine did not come with the grab handle. I've seen a lot of them online that have a grab handle. It's supposed to be, they advertise it like it comes with a grab handle, but this one didn't. So I don't know if that's just mine or what, you know. Seems like an overthought. The dry box, I mean, I haven't been through water yet, but it's kept dry for me. I did put some dielectric grease on the, you know, slit in the seal so it would hopefully hold. But pretty nice dry box. I keep my phone in there and stuff. It's got a nice charging port. Another thing I like, the shifter. If you've ever owned a Can-Am V-Twin, you know that the shifters are garbage. It takes so much effort to get them to shift. This thing's butter. I mean, you can pretty much do it with one finger. It's like it should be. So yeah, I'll crank it up real quick and let you hear it. Like I said, biggest concerns immediately if you get one of these, make sure you have the right intake snorkel. That is a big mistake. If you were to go drop this thing off in a mud hole right after getting it and didn't realize that, you'd kill this machine. So that's a big problem. The ITC button not working, that's a big problem too. Well, I mean, machine's got literally less than 4 hours on it and it's already not working. So anyway, I'll crank it up real quick and let you hear it. Well, so this thing always makes a little bit of intake noise, but I'll see if you can hear that noise on video I was talking about. Right there, you hear it? It's not doing it now. But anyway, overall, I mean, a decent machine. Build quality, I think, is a little lacking. I would definitely go over it with a fine-tooth comb if you get one, and make sure. Like I said, this is an early VIN. Maybe that's just my unfortunates, but a couple big issues so far that bother me a lot. The ICC button not working and the intake snorkel. So keep those things in mind. Let me know if you have similar issues or not.